Hi, my name is Ida May. I'm going to take you through a flow that's going to open up your hips and make you feel good inside and out. So let's get onto the mat. Just coming into a child pose, let your knees fall open and drop your forehead down to the floor. Extending the arms forward and then taking a deep breath in through the nose, into the back of the lungs, back of the body. And then exhaling outside, all out through the mouth. Just letting go. 2 more of those. So inhale into the body. Hold your breath on the top to create a little bit of a gap. And exhale, side all out through the mouth. Just to reset the body, reset the mind. 1 more deep breath in. I want you to hold your breath in for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and exhale, just let it all out. That way we come onto the mat with no expectations. We can let go of the day, wherever you've been, or wherever you need to go next. So now, from now onward, just inhale in through the nose, exhale out through the nose, and let that breath guide you through each and every move we're doing today. So from here, let your next inhale take you up into all fours, lifting your body up, so moving with the breath, and then start doing little circles over the wrists, so spreading the fingers out wide, bringing that body weight onto the fingertips as well, and then reversing the circle, so we're just warming up the wrists. It's really important to warm up those wrists, especially if it gets any colder in the winter time, or if it's just cold outside anyway. Then bring the heels of the hands towards one another and shift your body weight side to side. And then shift the heels of the hands forward, fingertips towards your knees, soften through the elbows, and maybe get a little bit of a stretch through the fingertips as well. I always like to warm up my wrist well before I'm going to start my vinyasa, my flow. I mean, it's winter in London right now. I don't know where in the world you're practicing with me, but extra little care for the wrist is never bad. So swap the wrist around and then do a big circle over the back of the wrist. This might be the most uncomfortable one, but just put as much body weight onto your wrists as it feels comfortable for you. Then reversing the circles and making sure that the thumb is on the floor as well. Then from here, draw the forearms down to the floor to come into the low plank. So I'm going to start activating that core, tucking the toes under, pulling the stomach in, pushing through the shoulders, protracting the shoulders. You can move forward and back if that feels good. I sometimes like to move in these poses to get a little bit of a stretch through the back of the calves and Achilles. Then plant the hands down to the floor and now start walking your feet towards your face to come into the dolphin. Doesn't matter if the knees are slightly bent, just opening out that chest, opening out the shoulders, bringing the belly towards your thighs, bringing the chest towards your thighs. Head is nice and relaxed. Then from here, simultaneously, if possible, lift your elbows off the floor to come into your downward dog. If it's too much, you can do it 1 elbow at a time. And then take a couple of pedals in your downward dog, especially if it's the first downward dog of the day for you. Move in ways that feel good for you. Then from there, we're going to slowly settle into the stillness. So spread the fingers out wide, rooting down through the thumb and the index finger. Rotating the biceps forward, triceps back, creating space in the shoulders. Then open the sit bones out, so you're going to create space in between of the sit bones. Draw the ribs in, so you're not just collapsing into the flexibility, but we're going to create that strength in the body as well. Then create space through the back of the hamstrings. Doesn't matter if the knees are bent. I'd rather you have slight bend on the knees and a straight spine. Doesn't matter if the heels touch the floor. Neck is released. So when we create space in the body this way, we create space in mind as well. From here, inhale, lift the heels up and then bend the knees. Bring the belly towards your thighs. So you're coming into the loaded beast. Then ripple forward, extending the knees, and like a wave, we're going to ripple forward into the high plank. Then bend your knees, push back. Exhale, ripple forward into the high plank. So we're moving slowly, almost like you're moving through honey. So the whole flow today is nice and fluid, transitioning through one asana to another. Now bring your heels to the right, bend your knees and push back. So you're going to start creating that stretch with the left side of the body. Push the left heel of the hand down to the floor. Inhale, come forward to high plank. Then bring your heels to the left, bend your knees, push the right sole of the foot down to the floor. Inhale, come to high plank. Exhale, let's do it once more. Right, heels to the right, bend the knees, push the left sole of the foot down to the floor and push the left heel of the hand down to the floor to create that space through the left side of the body. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, heels to the left, knees to the right, bend the knees, right sole of the foot down on the floor. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, let's go through the center, bend both knees. Loaded beast, ripple forward into the high plank. Find the power through the crawl. Then drop the knees, drop the chest, drop the chin, snake forward, baby cobra. Open the chest up into the upward dog if that feels good already here. Exhale, float it up to a downward dog. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Then bring your feet together at the back, lift your right leg up to the sky. Open the right hip out, option to drop the left forearm down to the floor. Maybe lift the left heel off the floor to find a little bit more opening through the hips here. With the exhale, bring your right knee to the left elbow, so simultaneously lift your left elbow off the floor. Activate those up legs and we're going to power through the core. Slide your right knee down to the left wrist. And lift it back up to the right elbow like an elevator. Then lift your right leg up to the sky into a 3-point downward dog. Bend your right knee, bring your right knee to the right elbow. Float it down to the right wrist. And lift it back up to the right elbow. And then lift it back up to the ceiling. 3-point downward dog. Right knee towards the knee. Then cross your right ankle on the top of the left knee. Bring the left sole of the foot down to the floor to come into a variation of a side plank. Lift your left hand off the floor. And now stick your bum back. Flex your right foot, flex your fingers, and bring your left elbow towards the left hip. Push the right heel of the hand forward. Exhale, side plank. Extend your left arm forward. If it's too much, just simply drop the knee down to the floor and stay here. If you're still with me, let's take it a little bit further. So bend your left knee, take your left hand onto your right ankle and float it back into a side plank. Now lift your right foot off the left leg. If you're still with me, drop your right hip down to the right wrist. Exhale, lift it back up. 2 more. I always like to incorporate a little bit of a strength into the flow. Drop it right hip to the right wrist, lift it back up. Good, then left hand onto the floor wherever you are. Flip the dog over, bring your right foot behind you and lift your hips up. Any variations you wish to take, if your body's super warm and you're super flexible and the wheel is in your practice, take yourself there. Exhale, look down to the left hand. Float your right foot next to your left hand. And again, the challenge is here, how slow can you go? Maybe you can take a hold of the right foot to guide your right foot next to your left hand. Drop the right foot down, drop the left knee down, untuck the toes at the back and reach your arms up. Interlace the fingers, hands into Kali Mudra. Reach your arms up, bring the forearms behind your ears, find the opening through the chest. Take a couple of breaths here. So now we're going to go into that left hip flexor. Should feel really good in the body. Exhale, push your hips back, open the arms out, stretch the front leg, spread the fingers out wide like cactus arms. Then bring your chest towards your thigh. Bring your arms behind you, palms facing down. Almost like you're letting the back of the heart melt forward, leading with the heart. 2 more breaths, bringing the right hip back and your left hip forward to create that space through the right hamstring. Then from here, bend your front knee, place your left hand onto the floor. You can shuffle the right foot slightly towards the outside of the mat and then circle the right hand around. Reach back. Take a hold of the left foot. If you have a strap, that might be handy. If you can't quite reach to the back foot, you can just stay where you are. You can kick the foot back to get an opening through the shoulder. If you want to take it further, drop the left elbow down to the floor and get a little bit more on the quads. And if you want to take it deeper, drop your right shoulder down, inside at the right knee. It's a really, really nice opening through the front of the quad, front of your thigh. Then release the foot. Place your hands underneath yourself to come into the lizard. If your forearm is on the floor already, can you bring the right forearm down to the floor, tuck the left toes under, and elevate the left knee off the floor. If this is too much, just come onto your hands so you can stay up higher here. You can even come to the outside edge of the right foot to get a little bit of opening through the right hip here. Feel free to do your variation of a lizard. Explore, experiment on the mat, and do what feels good for you. From here, place your hands underneath yourself. Shift your body into Skandasana, so start moving those hands towards the left. Stay low, rotate the left toes out, lift your right toes up. So come into the Skandasana or surfer lunge. You can take your hands into the heart center. Hands can be on the floor. You can come into a twist from here, so you're going to press the left forearm into your left knee to keep that left knee open, and then reach your right arm up. So get a good opening through the right shoulder. Nice. Then slowly from here, place your hands down towards the floor, stay low, shift and slide your body into Warrior Two. Looking over the right shoulder, bending into the right knee. Hips are nice and open, opening out the shoulders, so you're reaching forward with the right finger, back with the left, and you look over the right shoulder. Trying to create space through the shoulders, trying to create space through your hips. Opening out the hips, opening out the shoulders. Then reach forward. Flip the right palm up and around and reach back. Coming into a reverse warrior. You can take a bind, you can lift your right heel off the floor if you want to take it further. And use and strengthen the right calf. Do what feels good today. Then exhale and extend your right leg out. It's going to find a little bit more length through the right side of the body. Look down to the left shoulder. Rotate the right toes forward or towards the side of the mat, and then just follow your body. Follow the body and it automatically will drop down. Take a hold of the right ankle with the left hand. Shift the left foot a little bit closer, and then lift your right arm up to the ceiling. You're going to find a twist, trying to square your shoulders. You can stay here in the twist. If this is too much, you hold on the left thigh, or wherever you can hold on to. If you want to take it further, slide the right hand underneath the left armpit. Take a hold of the left ankle and trying to look underneath your left armpit. It's going to get a good juicy twist through the spine. Nice. Opening out the sit bones, opening out the side of the body. So really opening the whole body with this flow. Then release your left hand. Swing your body forward to come into the low lunge. Keep rotating the toes to the right to come into a grasshopper lunge. Reach your right fingers to the side. Find that stretch to the right hip. And again, feel free to move here to wherever feels good. Then with the exhale, lift your hips up, frame your front foot, lift your right leg up to the ceiling into a 3-point downward dog. And take your Vinyasa to reset. Elbows to the waistline. Opening the chest in towards the upward dog. Chest through the arms. Exhale. Take a downward dog. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let's go second side. So bring your feet together at the back. Lift your left leg up to the sky and bend your left knee. Option, drop your right forearm down to the floor to take it further. Really open that hip out. Then with the exhale, simultaneously lift your right elbow off the floor, floating the left knee towards the right elbow. So activating the core. Then bring your left knee to the right wrist. Exhale, lift it up. And then bring your body into a 3-point downward dog. Left leg goes up. Left knee to the left wrist. Float it down to the left. Left elbow and then left wrist. And then lift it up to the left elbow. And lift your left leg up to the ceiling. Now bring your left knee into the nose. Cross your left foot over the right knee. Bring the right sole of the foot down to the floor. Bend your right knee. Come into a variation of a fallen star. Open the right arm, right elbow, right fingers out. Stick the bum back, almost like you're going to try to stick the right elbow to the hips. Exhale, extend the right leg out. Option to bring the left knee down to the floor and stay in a side plank here. If you want it more, we're going to float it back. So bend your right knee. Take your right hand now outside of the left ankle. Take hold of the blade of the left foot. Extend your right leg out. Hold it here. If you want more, drop your left hip to the left wrist. Exhale, lift it back up. This is pretty awesome move for those obliques to find the power. Once more, inhale here. Exhale, lift up. Right hand onto the floor. Flip the dog over. Bring your left foot behind your back. Lift your hips high. Reach up, reach back. Option, take a wheel. Do what feels good. And then really push that right heel of the hand forward to create that space through the shoulder. Then look down to that right hand. Float your left knee towards your nose. How slow can you go? Maybe take a hold of the left foot, so that's going to help you to float that left foot next to your right hand. Can you move like you're moving through honey again? Drop your right knee down to the floor. Sweep the arms out, cross your thumbs, place the index fingers up to the ceiling. Push the back of the head into your forearms to lift the heart up. Good. Breathing into the hips, opening out the chest, shoulders, and the whole body. Exhale, release your hands. Spread the fingers out wide like cactus. Push your hips back. Bring the back of the heart forward. Open the arms, palms facing down. Bring the back of the heart forward, chest forward. Doesn't matter if the head touches the knee. What matters is that you're leading with your heart. So often in life, we're leading with the head. But how about you step onto the mat and start leading with the heart for change? What happens on the mat, you're going to take it off and use it in your life off the mat as well. That's the beauty of this practice. Now bend your left knee, place your right hand onto the floor. Circle the left hand around. Rotate the left toes out. Sweep the left hand up and around and grab a hold of the right foot. You can stay here. If you want more on the shoulder, kick the foot back. If you want more on the quads, pull the heel in. Option, right elbow onto the floor. Option, left elbow inside at the left knee. Just take deep breaths here. Breathe into the part of the body where you feel tightness. Soften, soften more. Then release your right foot. Place your left hand underneath your left shoulder. Tuck the right toes under. Take the lizard. Elevate the right knee off the floor so it's a little bit more active. Sometimes I like to move in the poses. Sometimes I like to find the stillness. Play with it. See what feels more natural. And do what feels right today. From here, lift your hands underneath yourself. We're going to shift into our Skandasana. So start moving the hands towards the right. Bring the right sole of the foot down to the floor. Bend the right knee and come into Skandasana. You can keep the hands in the heart center. You can take that opening through the chest and the shoulder by pressing the right forearm down to the floor. Or you can even keep the hands on the floor so you stay a little bit higher. Find that place that feels good for you. Okay, so this is a pretty deep opening on the hips. With the exhale, we're going to shift, stay low, so we're going to find the power to come into warrior two. So rotate those back toes forward. Left toes goes forward as well, and you open the chest out here. Look over the left middle finger. Open the shoulders out, trying to find the 90-degree angle of the front knee. Open the hips out, shoulders, and then gaze forward. Over the third middle finger into your thristi. Then reach forward. Create length through the left side of the body. Flick the left palm up and over and reach back. Again, you can take the bind. You can lift the heel off the floor. You can just stay where you are. The right hand is there to support your back. That's the purpose of it to start with. Really create that space on the left side of the body. Then extend your left knee out. See if you can get that stretch deeper into your hip area. Then look down to the right shoulder. Rotate the left toes to the side and swing your body down. Take a hold of the right foot, right ankle, right calf, wherever it reaches, and then move your right foot slightly further in, so in a prasarita kind of position, and then lift your left arm up to the ceiling, trying to square your hips. Option, right hand just in the center, or you can reach to the thigh, wherever you can reach to. Then bring your left hand underneath the right arm, and you're going to peek and look underneath your right arm. Ooh, really finding that twist through the spine. Stretch through the shoulder, opening through the hips. Then release your right hand. Float your body forward to the front of the mat. Rotate all 10 toes to the left. Come into the grasshopper lunge. Reach your left fingers to the back. Open the hip out. Good. Especially if you're cycling or doing lots of squats, this might feel quite tight. So it's a nice, good stretch on the hips, glutes. Then lift your hips high, square your hips, place both hands on the floor, float your left leg up to the ceiling into a 3-point downward dog, and take your vinyasa. Elbows to the waistline, then opening the chest, upward dog. Exhale, take a downward dog. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let's do 2 more. Inhale in through the nose, now flutter the lips to release the jawline. 1 more inhaling. Stick the tongue out, lion breath. Drop the knees down to the floor, hips to the heels, take a child pose. Let your knees fall open so it really opens up those hips. Bring your forehead down to the floor. Just reset. Scan through the body. How does it feel now? Really let that belly expand in between of the thighs. And then with the next exhale, roll your spine up to a mini camel or a full camel. Bring your hands behind the back and just lift the chest up here or tuck the toes under. Take a hold of the heels and float straight into your camel. Opening out the shoulders, opening out the heart, pushing the hips forward. Then with the exhale, look down to the navel, chin in. Drop the hips down, untuck the toes, and find a seated position. Let's turn the palms up to the ceiling to get a little bit of energy into the body, into the mind. Close the eyes. Settle into the stillness. Scan through the body. How do you feel right now? One more breath in. Exhale, let go. Blink the eyes open. Drop your hips to the right. Swing your feet forward. Shuffle forward slightly and then bend your left knee. Take a hold of the left ankle and bring your left ankle to the side. So it's almost like a runner lunge kind of position here. Then from here, you can place your right hand onto the shin and you're going to reach your left arm up. So really working through lengthening that left side of the body. If you have the flexibility, you can even take a hold of the right foot, the blade of the right foot, bringing the right shoulder forward, maybe using the right hand to press. Another little trick is to bring the right hand and take a hold of the left ankle here, and then bring the left arm up. This is only if you need a little bit extra here. Then now you can use your right hand to pull and your left hand as well. So you get maybe a little bit more opening here. Looking up. You're going to square your right ribs in line with the left. Take 1 more inhaling wherever you are. And with the exhale, just release. Take a hold of the left knee. Bring the left knee up and around. Left hand up to the ceiling. Left hand down to the floor. Right arm up to the ceiling. And your right elbow goes over the left knee. And twist and rotate to the back. Inhale, you lengthen. And exhale, you twist. And maybe look back. One of the best ways to reset the spine is a twist. Inhale, grow taller. And exhale, you twist. Then release, slowly bow down towards the right. And then bring your body up, swing your left foot behind you, bend your right knee, and shift straight into your pigeon. So the more parallel the right shin is, the deeper it goes. Trying to square your hips. If you have a pillow or a block, you can use the block underneath your right hips as well. You can stay upright here. You can bring the forearms down to the floor, or you can even float your body all the way down, extending the arms forward. And this is a place that you could spend even 2 minutes. So if you want to, you can pause the video and stay here for 2 minutes. to really get deep and juicy with the hips. Make sure that your jaw is released, so you're unclenching the jaw. There's a direct connection from your jawline to the hips. I'll take one more breath in here. Now with the exhale, slowly, slowly walk your hands back up. And let's place the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the left toes under. And then bring your right foot to meet the left to come into your downward dog. You can pedal the feet out right and left, just to ease it off. Then bend both knees and ripple forward like a wave, like we did in the beginning. Good, then drop the knees, chest, chin down to the floor, snaking forward, baby cobra. Upward dog, exhale, downward dog. Nice, then drop your knees down to the floor, hips to the heels. And then roll your spine up to a seated position. Now drop your hips to the left and swing your feet forward. Shuffle forward slightly. And we're going to do exactly the same thing onto the other side. So now bend your right knee and then open the right knee out like a little runner lunge. Place your left hand onto the left shin and reach your right arm up. So this might be enough. Key thing is that you're opening out the heart. It doesn't matter if the hand touches the foot. If it's there, great. And you can do that, hold on to the foot and keep opening the chest out here. Or you can do that little trick. So you're going to take a hold of your ankle with your left hand. Slide it under. And then twist over. So you can use the left hand to pull and your right hand pulls as well, and you open the right shoulder. Then release. Now bring your right foot over the left, using the hand, crossing the legs. Both hips on the floor, right hand behind the back, left arm goes up. Use the breath to create space. Exhale, left elbow over the right knee and twist to the back. You can go in for the bind, you can even bend the left knee if you want to take it deeper. And let every breath take it deeper, actually. Inhale, create space. And exhale, twist. So twisting all the toxics out from the spine. Then release, place both hands onto the left side. Bow down just to get a little release. Then from here, we're going to swing and rouge arm that right foot back. Bend your left knee to come into your pigeon. So now again, a little trick to get deeper into your pigeon is to tuck the right toes under, lift the hips up and shuffle back slightly. Maybe that way you can open the left hip out more and the left shin becomes more parallel. You can stay upright, forearms on the floor. Sometimes I like to make a little prayer with my hands and press the thumbs into my third eye point. So it gives me a really nice massage through the third eye point. Right in between my eyebrows. Soften through the face. Let your whole body melt down deep into the earth. Just let go. Breathe into the part of the body where you feel tension. Breathe through it, go through it, and then go deeper. Layer by layer, going deeper. Again, you had that chance to pause and stay here for 2 minutes or longer if you want to. But we're going to move on, so place your hands underneath yourself, and this time just swing your feet forward. Bend your knees, and then super, super slowly, vertebra by vertebra, roll your spine down to the floor. Drag the heels towards your hips to come into the bridge. And this time, we're going to use the hands, or you can use a block, to take a supportive bridge. If you don't have a block, you're going to make your hands like so, like a little bowl. You're going to place them underneath your sacrum. And you're going to lift those hips high. You're going to let your hips rest on your hands. It should feel quite nice and restorative. It's really good to release that lower back after that flow. Staying here for a couple more breaths. And then squeeze the glutes, release the hands. Soften the chest, bring the upper back, middle back, and the lower spine down to the floor. Drop the hips down, lift the feet up into the happy baby. Take a hold of the shins, ankles, or maybe the blades of the feet, and press your knees down towards your armpits. Can you imagine that someone's standing on your feet, to open those hips out. And release the feet, extend your right foot forward, bend your right knee, shift the hips to the right, and guide your right knee down to the floor with the help of the left hand, and look over the right shoulder to come into a supine spine twist. Doesn't matter if the shoulders touch the floor. Key thing is that you get a good twist through the spine all the way from coccyx to the neck. Then we're going to change. Going to extend the right foot forward, bend the left knee. And we're going to guide that left knee down to the floor. Take your right hand onto the left knee and look over the left shoulder. I quite like to keep my knee on the floor. There's many ways to do this. You can keep the shoulder on the floor, but knee feels and the leg is a little bit heavier. So you always need this anchor point when you go into the twists. So I like to press my knee down to the floor and then work my shoulder, and hopefully eventually my shoulder will touch the floor as well. I just feel that when we have a stronger anchor point, we have a stronger base, and it's easier to find more depths that way. Slowly, slowly release. Last thing, we're just going to hug both knees into the chest. Really squeezing those knees into the chest. Maybe you get a little pinch on the hips. Hold on at the elbows. Take a deep breath in. Get ready to release. Exhale out. Let the feet fall open, let the arms fall open. Find your final savasana. Just let the practice sink in. Stay there as long as you want to. Please, please, please take your time. Thank you so much for practicing with me. As always, from my heart to yours. Namaste.